Now on Newsday TV, parts of Nassau's South Shore are picking up the pieces after a tornado left a trail of destruction. I'm Macy Egland. Nassau is now under a state of emergency in the aftermath of that powerful storm. Andrew Enger is in Atlantic Beach, where the National Weather Service is now confirming a tornado hit. He has a look at the damage and the cleanup effort now. Andrew.
Well, Maisie, here in Atlantic Beach, and that the Sun and Surf Beach Club recovering this morning after yesterday's storm. I'm going to pan out here and show you a little bit of the damage right here behind me, as you can see it in the parking lot. But by the light of day, the damage to the bungalows here is becoming a lot more evident. Now, as many as 30 bungalows were damaged, as you can see in this video here, as tornadoes, maybe likely starting as waterspouts, came ashore here between 6:30 and 7 Thursday evening. Firefighters rushed to search through the bungalows whose roof were ripped off, walls turned into splinters, looking for anyone inside. Luckily, there were no injuries. Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman said there was also damage at the nearby Silver Point Beach Club, and other cars were trapped in floodwaters across Nassau County. Now, he released a statement last night saying, quote, "I have spoken to Suffolk County Executive Ed Romaine, and we will coordinate if any regional response is necessary in other parts of Long Island. I have declared a state of emergency, mobilized our emergency operations center, and will keep the public advised if any conditions change." Now, County Executive Bruce Blakeman is expected to be here at the Beach Club later on today to survey the damage and give us an update. We, of course, will bring you the latest information right here on Newsday TV when we get it. In Atlantic Beach, Andrew Enger, Newsday TV.
All right, thank you, Andrew. And you can watch the Nassau County Executive give that update on the emergency response to the storm live right here on Newsday TV and on Newsday.com. That's streaming at 8 o'clock this morning. Now, that storm caused problems really across the island. Heavy rains led to flash flooding, stranding several drivers in high water here in Copeg. So a lot to talk about. For more, let's get over to meteorologist Jeff Banson at the map.
Thank you very much, Macy. Yeah, this was a wild night. Obviously, it was the rain for 99% of the island that caused all the problems, but we did have just enough twisting winds right over Jamaica Bay. The likely path of what this waterspout that we saw then coming ashore and getting classified again as a confirmed tornado. You can see the damage report coming down here again. The surf and sand, really just, I should say the sun and surf. Was really devastated. Immense, extensive damage. I actually had a text from my friend whose son was there with several other friends in one of the bungalows, and they said they all were huddled down on top of each other as the roof of that bungalow got sheared off. And this happened generally in the 6:30 to 7:30 hour, that report coming in right around 7:30. You can see a wind gust near 50 miles per hour at JFK, but that, again, was a straight line wind report. That was not a twisting report that we got and obviously saw with our own eyes over in the Atlantic Beach area. The rain was extensive across the rest of the island. We had numerous reports of flash flooding. The rain still continuing over the east end right now, expected to taper off as we go throughout the day. You take a look at some of these numbers. Over 4 inches of rain in Bayshore, right around 4 inches in Comac, Eastport over 3.5. Long Beach, 3 1/3, 3.17 in Levittown, and the East End, which did get less for the most part, around 2, but you're making up for that right now with the rain still falling. That will end. Clouds will actually break for sun across much of the island, especially western portions of the island. We may be socked into the cloud cover a little bit longer, maybe even a few sprinkles towards the Twin Forks as we go through the rest of your Friday. Clouds come back in tonight, but we have some very good news for your weekend forecast. Not looking like a lot of rain tomorrow. It's going to be a mostly cloudy day with maybe even some breaks of sun during the afternoon here. So if you had outdoor plans and you were, thinking of packing them in because of the forecast, some very, very positive news coming in overnight. It's been a generally drier trend over the last 24 to 36 hours there. Showers and thunderstorms possible Saturday night into Sunday. I think Sunday winds up being a decent day too with partly sunny skies. Watch out for a pop-up shower or storm throughout the day. But all in all, I think we have to take this considering what the weekend was shaping up to look like a couple of days ago. So rain east early today, then clouds break for some sun. Northeast winds keeping things very cool in the 70s. Will be in the 60s tonight, mostly cloudy, and then again tomorrow trending drier. Can't rule out a late day shower, but east winds also keeping things cool, back to around 80 as we go into the new week, and some much nicer weather for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Islanders save on their energy bills for over 20 years.
Only a Newsday, Oyster Bay spent millions to fight fair housing lawsuits. The town paid nearly $3 million over more than 10 years, defending accusations that a pair of housing programs discriminated against minorities. Now, the suits argued the policies prioritized town residents, where the population is 70% white. As part of a settlement, the town must end its residency preference. More trains are being added to get you to and from the U.S. Open. The additional service will help accommodate the more than 1 million fans expected to travel to Flushing for the games. Fan Week starts on Sunday. The main tournament begins a week later. Only a Newsday, Hollywood is coming to the East End. The upcoming Netflix movie Women Like Us will shoot scenes on Shelter Island late next month. Locations include Crescent Beach and the Prydwen Hotel and Cottages. The film stars Whoopi Goldberg, Vanessa Williams, and Vivica A. Fox. Well, the Islanders have crowned a winner in their first ever fan jersey contest. The navy blue lighthouse design, this one here, beat out more than 80,000 other submissions. This will be a third jersey option for the players to wear in the 2027-2028 season. A new Target is coming to Bridgehampton in the fall. The store on Montauk Highway will open October 11th. It takes over the Kmart, which closed back in 2024. That was the chain's last full-size store in the mainland U.S. Only a Newsday when your boss is your landlord. Some East End businesses are turning to worker housing with employees priced out of the market. Andrew Enger has that story.
Out east, where farms, small businesses, and luxury homes stand shoulder to shoulder, there's a renewed effort to find affordable housing solutions to help keep workers in the area.
It's something that I felt we had to do.
At Thomas Wickham's farm on the North Fork, he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars building and renovating housing that he offers to his workers, an expense he says is worth every penny to attract qualified employees.
I don't need to make any money in this. Yeah. What I need is a really good, stable workforce. Yeah. And I really have one.
If he didn't offer free or low-cost housing, many workers say they would have to pay expensive local rents or drive for hours to find something affordable, making the job here less attractive. It's why this worker, who did not want to be identified, has lived at the farm for 3 years.
Los tiempos para el viaje, el trayecto, y pues sí, la casa, todo está muy bien.
Small business workers can also struggle to find affordable housing in expensive East End towns.
We felt that the time had come to do this.
It may be paved over now, but this lot in East Hampton could soon become 47 condos earmarked for employer-sponsored housing. The pitch from developer Kirby Mark Antonio: local businesses purchase the condos, then rent them to their employees at an affordable rate, allowing workers to stay on the East End.
Here, we're going to offer them opportunities that are far less expensive than buying a little house somewhere.
But some critics tell Newsday that having a business own an employee's housing could create a power imbalance that might have a chilling effect on an employee speaking out if there were any allegations of unfair labor practices. Still, some workers tell us they're just happy to have an affordable place to live where they work.
La ampliaron un poco más y pues sí es muy cómoda.
In Cutchogue, Andrew Enger, Newsday TV.
You can read more about the proposal on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A prime spot to spend a day on the water. Let's go to Point Lookout with Carissa Kelman.
Here in Point Lookout, you can be the captain of your own fishing boat. Let's go.
No experience, no problem. At Ted's Fishing Station, you can rent a skiff boat and spend the day on the water.
Life jackets are provided for you, and while they're not required to wear, it's always a good idea to wear one when you're on the water and when I'm driving.
You are required to use the safety cable. It'll automatically disconnect, and that shuts the motor off.
And before you cast off, you'll need a quick lesson.
It's kind of reverse steering. I always tell people if you want to go that way, you're going to push the arm out.
Okay.
And then the opposite, pull it towards you if you want to turn the other way.
Okay.
Within 2 minutes, you'll feel like an expert. Anyone can do it.
Once you're out on the channel, the next lesson is fishing, and Ted's proves why it's in the perfect spot.
We're very fortunate here because we have sandy bottoms in these bays, so it allows the customers to get very close to the slopes of the channel where there's good fishing. Really, we tell customers you just sort of set yourself up on one of the sides of the channel, put the boat into neutral, allow the boat to just drift with the current, and then you just drop a line in and you're fishing.
We're off. It's pretty easy to get the hang of. Once you get off the boat, make sure you head to the Shell Shack at Ted's for their famous pina coladas. And just next door to Ted's is the Buoy Bar, and they're known for their lobster pizza. Yum.
From Point Lookout, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
Lobster pizza, that's a new one. You can plan your trip to Point Lookout on our website, Newsday.com. Click Get More below that Newsday TV video box.
Feed Me is brought to you by Belmont Park Village, a destination like no other.
Well, summer might be winding down, but there's still some hot happy hours around the island. Elisa DiStefano and Newsday food writer Maria Elena Martinez take a look in this week's Feed Me TV.
When Marie invites you for happy hour, you know it has to be good. And just looking at this makes me very happy.
Welcome to Coach Meeting House in Oyster Bay. Probably the best happy hour deal on the island. On Fridays, no less.
First of all, I feel like Aperol Spritz is so
the drink of the moment.
Yes.
Yes, light, easy, refreshing, highly drinkable. Here, they do a Friday night 8 Aperol Spritz Tower. Can you guess how much?
Each one of these could go between $15 and $20.
Probably.
I was thinking, now she's making me do math at happy hour.
Math.
All right, so how much for this beautiful display?
$20 for 8 Aperol Spritzes. For your math, it's a $160 value.
So you're getting a $160 happy hour drink tower for $20?
$20
on a
Friday
night.
4 to 6.
You can't beat that deal.
They do the same thing on Wednesdays with espresso martinis. Shall we?
We definitely shall here.
It's like a balancing
It
act.
is. Oh no.
Ooh, we did it.
Before we drink, let's talk about some other happy hour deals
there's
around
so
Long
many.
Island.
There are a dime a dozen. You could get a happy hour deal anywhere you like, any town, any restaurant. Some of the ones we like the best, Jackson Hall, our lobster place.
Oh, we love the lobster rolls
in
there.
East Islip. They do a great happy hour, different one every night with food pairings to match. That new place, Comet Club in Westbury.
I want to try it.
And that's all about Manhattans and Negronis and martinis, classic shaken cocktails. So you can go anywhere you want and get a good deal, but I'm sticking with the Aperols.
Yeah, this is like the taste of summer here, right?
Yes.
Cheers. We gotta invite some friends. If Maria and I drink all these, we're in trouble. We're not getting home for bedtime.
We'll pay for them.
And for all of you moms who really need a drink, it should be noted, we haven't even had a drink yet, and I showed up with 2 different shoes.
Cheers to that.
A lot of great options. You can find more local happy hour hotspots on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. You can see more on all of the stories you've seen today on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and the other streaming services you see there. I'm Macy Eglund here with meteorologist Jeff Banson. We've got more local news. Jeff has your forecast coming up on Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
Join Carissa on a day cruise from Northport for a scenic tour of Long Island's North Shore.
Where you could feel like you're cruising on the Mediterranean.
Let's go with Carissa Kelman at Newsday.com/cruise. Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.